Please be warned that this contains the following: bullying, blood, manipulation, violence, drugs/drugging, toxic relationship, cruel main character, blackmail, yandere behaviors, and more. There's apparently like 8 different endings is what it said on the website for this game. Let's try it out. I clicked start, I believe. There we go. For a while you were obsessed with the idea of specific love. Not the type that was advertised in romance books or romantic movies. Not the type that grows together, that supports each other, the type that others envy. You wanted the type that corrodes and suffocates. The type that held onto you, clinging, begging to be loved. Who could only think about you, to only have you, whatever costs. You had dated countless people to find that love, all failures. It was never enough, and it would never be enough. You discarded them all aside and decided, if no one could give you the love you craved, then you would create someone who could. Wouldn't that be fun? My name is Mystic. Mystics. Mystics. Is that so? Yes. Well then, let's begin. Starting! Wait, do I have to click? Yeah, okay. You remember when you first met him, the person who you would create the perfect love from. College life was as dull as normal. Classes, just studying to group calls. While walking aimlessly, you heard the cries of a poor individual. A student in the corner, mercilessly taunting and beating up a poor victim. Bit my tongue, ouch. Despite already graduating into college, it seems some students still kept their bullying habits from high school. Please, I completed the assignment you said. Why are you... Come on, Milo. You know why it has to be like this. Who was the one who tried to put to out us to the professors, I guess? Okay. That's a bully. We're the ones who... Oh wait, we're the only ones who even tolerate you, you know? We're your only friends. Hey, Dirty Season. I bit my tongue so it hurts right now. Trying to read. And friends, well, they don't just snitch on other friends. I swear, I didn't... It wasn't... What a sad sight to see. You almost felt bad. Almost. You walked up to them casually. Move. You're causing a disturbance. That's what I say? Okay. What are you? Turning to you, flinches visibly, shrinking away in fear. I did you hear me? I didn't think. Leave. What am I? What am I? Why is he scared? Because our freaking bully got scared. You could almost hear him whimper as he ran away, his tail between his legs. Gracefully, you walk to the victim, pulling him up by the arm. Thank you. He stumbles forward and leans on you before scrambling and adjusting himself. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Those friends of yours are rather cruel, aren't they? He looks up at you for a bit, startled. Ha. Well, I can't blame them. I transferred only a bit ago, and I'm still not used to being in such a new area. They took me in, and, well, I had nobody else. So, whether I like them or not, it's better than being alone. Especially since my family is so far away. He looked up at you with resolve. But you were able to scare them away so easily. How did you... pretty simple, really. They know not to mess with me. You need to know how to speak their language, that's all. Speak their language. He hesitates, biting his nails a bit. Why did you save me? You just did it because you felt sorry for me, right? I mean, I get it. It's just we're in some of the same classes, right? You just want me to do your homework, so I understand. I did it because I was worried about you. I don't care about making you do my homework. Worried about me? Of course. Who wouldn't be worried about someone being bullied? Well, it seems at least I did. Milo seems silent at first, but eventually speaks up. This may be a bit presumptuous, but could you teach me how to stand up for myself like you did? You look at him, your gaze not wavering. Milo, change. You transferred only last year, correct? I believe you're taking kinesiology? What the freak is that? And you have pretty impressive grades. Alright. How did you know that? I keep an eye on things, that I have interest. If I had known you were being bullied, I would have stepped in sooner. Milo turns a shade of pink after hearing that you had an interest in him. It was hard to not keep an eye on him. He always glanced at you whenever you passed by him. We had some of the same classes after all. You could always feel him watching, even when you weren't looking at him. Lonely has a crush on you. Wait, what? Isolated from his family and others like him? Am I playing a female? I really don't know. Meek and obedient. Perfect. You want me to teach you? If you could. Alright, I don't mind. On one condition. Reach out your hand, respectively. Date me. Wait, what? He's so shocked that he nearly falls over. He can't help but smile. What? Date? But Hey, Cookie. He laughs awkwardly. Of course, you just wanted to mess around with me, right? That's very funny. Since there's no way that you would actually like me. Don't say stuff like that. It sounds like you're already rejecting me. Okay. Especially since you're quite the catch. What the freak? What are these two doing? Milo turns beet red, unable to speak for a second. But, a date? But we just met, and I don't know if I'm ready for it. Milo, calm down, right? Alright? The only way to get to know someone more personally is if you date them. Think of it as a test run. What? Unwanted advances are pretty scary, haha. What? Unwanted advances? I guess. How can you know if you don't try, right? I guess that's true. But I think I'd like to date someone I could spend my life with. That is very true. If you're gonna start dating someone, you gotta think about the future. It's not just a trial, like the guy said. The character I'm playing as. It's kind of cheesy when I say it out loud. How perfect. I feel the same. I would only date someone I could depend on for all my life. So then, let's make it count, shall we? You hold out your hand again, and he tenderly holds it. You won't betray me, right? It's just that people in the past would jokingly... Why would I do such a cruel thing, Milo? Can't you just trust me? The one who saved you. Oh my god, this is blackmail. Oh god, that's crazy. His face looks up with a bit of surprise. Saved me? That's right. So then, from now on, I'm your... What the freak? I don't want to be any of these, but alright. Apparently this game has like 8 different endings. Yeah. I don't want to be any of these. I'm literally just... Whatever, I'll be girlfriend. Please treat me well. My girlfriend. He smiles nervously and taps his feet happily. I've never had someone like that. So I'm not sure what to expect. What kind of thing should I do with my girlfriend? I don't know, man. What about we come up with a nickname for each other? Bruh. He's already going to second base? That's crazy. Well, she. I'm gonna tab you up on my computer. Yeah, this is Gaslighting 101. Nickname. Oh, well. What do you think would be a good nickname? Let's see. Oh, no. How about pet? Oh, snap! Nah, that's crazy. Nah. You can... Oh, my God. Bruh, that's crazy. It's already set as pet. Like, if I keep it as that, that's probably gonna be one of the endings. I don't know what other nicknames you could put. Apparently, you could type whatever. Um, let's just put weakling. I guess he's a weakling. Weakling. I can't type. There we go. My weakling. That's crazy. Oh, that nickname is... Well, I don't mind it too much. I'm glad you like it. Despite any possible complaints, you could see that he enjoyed being gifted a nickname. How did he like being called weakling? That's crazy. My weakling, my weakling. That's crazy. Haha, I feel so special, my weakling. It feels nice to be special, doesn't it? Well then, my weakling, my classes are starting soon. Oh, so soon? I'll miss you. Clingy. Sorry, I didn't mean... It's alright, I think it's very cute, my weakling. Don't try to dance around me, I am your girlfriend after all. I will accept all of you, so as long as you do the same. Do you accept all that I am? Yes, of course I do. Good, that makes me happy. You walk a few steps before stopping. Ah, before I do, shall we set a time for a date? A date? So soon? No need to fret. My weakling, it's just a way for us to know each other better. And so I can teach you how to stand up for yourself. Meet me at the split path at 7 p.m. and we can go somewhere fun together. I have a couple of good places. Okay. Split path. Don't be late, Milo. Okay. Whoa! As you walk away, you could feel Milo's gaze boring in on you. Watching as you left him behind. The start of an obsession. At 7 p.m., you come to the split path and see Milo pacing about. Okay, be courteous and on time. Compliment her and don't forget to... Milo! Eep! Like, what? Jumping, Milo fumbles the flowers that he brought with him. That's crazy. You brought flowers too? I feel bad. I should have brought something as well. No need. I just thought, I wanted to get something as beautiful as my girlfriend. What a charmer. You almost feel bad for what you're going to do with him. That's crazy. What are we about to do? Almost. Thank you for the flowers. I will try to gift you something later tonight in return. Although the flowers might not be suitable for what we'll be doing. Oh, really? I'm sorry, There's no need to blame yourself. I never told you that what we were going to do after all. I'll keep them safe in my bag for now. Taking the flowers, you carefully place them in your bag. Where should we go then? Maybe we should get to know each other? Like, I actually really enjoy sewing. Maybe later, there's more important things to attend to. There's actually 2 places we can go, although drastically different. The first place is the batting range. It might be nice to exercise a bit. Your perfect love needs to be strong, not just in strength but in rage. To watch him crush your enemies, to gain your love, to watch him use force to get what he pleases. A devotion with violence is an important asset. I'm sure he has some rage after being bullied for so long. The second is a party. On the other end, it might be nice to socialize with others to get them on our side. A perfect place to teach him how to manipulate others. A perfect love with the power to sway those around him, to do his bidding for him. A silver tongue and charismatic act. Okay. Sometimes the only way to fight fire is with fire itself. Aha! They both sound so interesting. Although I think you would know better, you can decide. Whatever you say, my weakling. Then let's head to the Hmm. Party? Yeah, let's go to the batting range. Whatever. I'm in the mood to swing a bat. I'm not really the aggressive or athletic type. That's no problem. You have some anger to release, don't you? We'll have some fun. Then shall we? Holding out your hand, Milo takes it and we walk together towards the batting ring. Alrighty. My personal room, please. Pulling Milo, we head to an empty room filled with bats and a dummy. A dummy! Whoa! I thought we were going to swing a bat. Oh, we are. Just perhaps not in the way you were thinking. Uh-oh. We pick up the bat and it cracks at the dummy's flies. At the dummy. Flies backwards and bounces back. Why is there no comma? Okay. Milo flinches at the loud sound. Here you go. Your turn. He seems reluctant to take it. I don't think I can. I'm against violence. My weakling, it's not against a real person, only a dummy. You place the bat into his hands. There's nothing wrong with letting out your anger like this. You lean in closer to him. Aren't you angry at those bullies? How they always use you? How they laugh behind your back even though you've done nothing wrong? You didn't deserve it. You never did. All you wanted was a peaceful life. That's how I felt. Is it not the same for you? Just let out your rage. He clenches his fist around the bat. You grin as he steps forward towards the dummy. Taking a step back, he clubs the dummy hard. And then again. And again. Why? Why do you always kick me? What have I done wrong? You think you know everything. Just die. Already. Almost in tears, Milo strikes the dummy over and over again. The rage in his eyes is so tantalizing. You're thrilled beyond belief. Finally, after bludgeoning the dummy, he steps back, heaving to catch his breath. And one more strike. The bat shatters. Oh my god. His hands are bloody, Jesus. He screams out, dropping the remains of the bat and clenching his hands. Oh gosh. Milo, are you alright? So sorry, I went overboard. Haha. What are you sorry about? It's the most alive that I've seen you. From your bag, you pull out some bandages. Give me your hand. He holds out his hand, blood-stained, as you tend to the wound. I didn't think I had so much rage inside of me. It was scary, but it felt good. He looks up at me, grinning shyly. Yeah, I felt really good. He looks down as if scared. I didn't scare you, did I? If I did, I promise I won't. My weakling, there's no way I could be scared of you that easily. If anything, it made me happy you were finally letting your anger out. This world can be cruel. You wrap his hands round and round. I wonder if there will be, or come a day where you or I would get attacked. What? Why would you think that? It's only natural. This world is filled with violence. One day you might have to strike back. But solving violence with violence, it's wrong, right? Not always. Don't think of it as a violence. Think of it as self-defense. Protection against others. Protecting the ones you love. You trust me, right? Yeah. Then, please protect me if the situation arises. I will. I promise. And so the bats continued swinging. From then on, the batting area became our place together. For dates to set off or let off steam. All sorts of things. And slowly, you taught him. Step back a bit when you hit. It's not good to be too close. It's not fair for someone as kind and as strong as you to be hurt like this. Striking someone in the knees is a good way to disable someone. My weakling, you deserve the world, but they don't deserve you. The chin and nose as well. Everyone feels like they are against us. I can only trust you. and I'm the only one you can trust. The ways to hit, the way to act. It was fun at first, but it's important to keep each date entertaining. Destroying cars at an abandoned lot, breaking glass jars, plates, and other pieces in a ramshackled house. Self-defense classes to fight, protect, hurt. Whatever it takes to train him, whatever it would take to watch him grow stronger. Ensnarling him to only onto you to save only you. Nobody else in this world. Just as it should be. For a while, it seemed that days were peaceful. Milo grew more confident as a person, more brash in some senses. His attire changed as well, more rough and ruthless. Yet despite this, his personality was still meek, timid. It seemed more work still needed to be done. The bullies slowly strayed away from him, not sure how to make of his development. Ooh. And as they did, he stayed close to you, clinging. No one came near him, as it was meant to be. Because to him, you were his savior. And yet, it wasn't enough. My, you've gotten stronger, my weakling. Those bullies have to think twice before coming near you. You've really changed, haven't you, Milo? Is it that bad? I mean, I like it a lot better now. I think it's an improvement. Are you happy that you've been remade this way? I feel like I'm a new person since I met you. It's a good feeling. I even got this new baseball bat to celebrate. That's great. Oh, you briefly hear something being thrown before the wind is knocked out of you. Whoa. You can barely push yourself up as you splutter blood and saliva onto the ground. You feel yourself being pulled out by the hair as you see Milo frozen in fear. Surrounding him are a bunch of gang members holding pipes, bats, and other weapons. Well, well, well. Looks like Ryan was right this time. Scars traced on her face, and she looks you in the eyes. That brat really paid us big money to smack you around, huh? Ryan, the only one who's been bullying me all this time. Oh, is that what this is about? Haha, he must have been butthurt that you're no longer a punching bag for him, huh? I guess that's why we gotta take this out on this girl, huh? What? He's trembling a bit, and his eyes are darting around anxiously. Don't hurt her. It's me you want to fight, right? My weakling, don't hurt my weakling. Your vision is blurred, and his voice is echoing in your ears. And yet, you smile. Oh. Remember what I said? This world is filled with violence. You promised to protect me, right? Are you really going to back on that? Oh, looks like your weakling has some spunk. The next sound was a broken scream as a bat cracked into her ribcage. Ooh, okay, ouch. From then, there was nothing but a massacre. The cracks of bones as the bat shatters them. The screams of begging as he took another victim. Oh my god. The sound splattered blood on the pavement below. Milo kept on bashing them over and over again. They tried to restrain him, keep him down, hit him, but he never flinched. The only thing he could think of was how to protect you. And soon, the gang members grabbed you. Grabbing you was the last one standing. The scared gang member flinched slightly, not expecting this meek man would put up such a fight. You smiled as you watched her quiver a bit. As Milo walked closer to her, hobbling a bit from side to side, dragging his now red bat across the floor, his eyes focused on only her. She dropped you and ran, and you looked up at Milo covered in red. His eyes weren't one of a human no more. Milo, my weakling. Come on, let's go. You dragged him away from the scene as best you could. You could feel him shaking a bit. Finally, he spoke. Sorry, I'm sorry. You protected me, my weakling. Why are you apologizing? It's Ryan's fault anyways. Didn't you hear what she said? That Ryan was the only one who tried to attack me. All because I tried to help you. Ryan. You're right. It's his fault. Ooh. And from then on, the attacks became more frequent. Whenever you were outside, they would jump you from behind. Milo would always protect you as best he could. He became paranoid, clinging onto you more desperately to protect you. Unsurprisingly, it seemed that Ryan had disappeared at the moment, as if he knew that Milo would come after him. What a coward. You smirked. It was fitting of him. It seems that there's no one else you can trust. The fact that anyone can attack me at any moment. We can only trust each other. Of course I won't let them hurt you. I won't let anyone hurt you. Once again, you were surrounded by the bodies of gang members sent to harass you. Though you could never let him kill them, you could always tell that Milo could barely hold back. It's unfortunate that the police couldn't help us. In the end, the only one I can trust is you. I will protect you until the end. I know you will, my weakling. He smiles as if he were looking at the only thing that mattered. The barrage of attackers seemed to have lessened. I think Ryan is starting to realize that brute force isn't going to cut it. But he'll have to come out eventually. In our class, he and I are assigned a project together. I'm going to kill that bastard after what he's done to you. You walk to him, stroking his cheek and calming him down. There, my weakling. In due time. Whoa. What is that? You'll, something, everything... I can't. What? You're my everything, so I can't. I can't lose you. You smile silently as you feel his eyes gazing upon you. It's working. You pat around your pocket suddenly. Oh, it seems you've dropped it. Crouching down, you start rummage under the bodies of the fallen. What are you doing? What if they wake up and grab you? Then you'll be here to beat them down again, right? There it is. You pull out a bundle of bandages from under the bodies. It looked like you're injured, so I'll have to patch you up again. You could have just bought them from the store. You could say I'm a bit sentimental. These ones are special. It's the same roll that I first patched you up with. What? You kept that. He seems flustered as you bandage his arm once again. Of course, it was the first date we had. After finishing, you pulled his arm. Walk me home, alright? And so, he walked you back to your dorm, safe and sound. God, that kid was rough. Though we were going against a college student. Is everyone alright? Did you get the cash? Yeah, that girl slipped it under when she picked up the bandages. That girl is a real freak. Who hires people to attack them? Must have something to do with that Ryan kid. Do you think it's some sort of revenge scheme? I don't know. It seems like more than that. That girl. It felt bad for that Milo kid. I feel bad for that Milo kid. He has no idea what's in store for him. For a while, it seemed as if everything had died down. The attacks basically became non-existent. I thought we couldn't let our guard down. Milo was especially restless, glaring at everyone, or anyone who even so happened to glance at you. He watched over you like a guard dog, stayed by you as much as he could. No one could or would come near us like that. It was comforting in a way. And so days went on as normal. Schoolwork, fun activities, some dates. Well, at least until one of the big projects for your class. It seems Ryan has disappeared again, and he's my partner for the big project. Milo slams his fist into the wall next to him, denting it. The people around snap quiet in fear before slowly resuming their talk. Don't get too excited, my weakling. I should find a way to rip his tongue out of his mouth. Oh, I'm sure I could find a way to bash his head in without anyone noticing. Oh, that would be quite the treat to watch. If he cries out, it's even more fun. He smiles widely, cracking his knuckles. But not yet. As much as I'd love to destroy him that way, my weakling, I would like to actually pass this class. And this project is a huge part of my grade. So let's hold off of it now, alright? Milo growls a bit, but remains silent afterwards. What was that? Fine, but the second you guys are done. He tightens his bandages. Haha, so as long as you don't draw any attention, you can do as you please. We're supposed to be meeting up in the cafe 15 to talk about what we're going to do. And I'd like you to come with us, just in case. Well, who knows if he'll pull something. Milo scowls a bit, clearly wanting to punch a hole in his face. As if I would have let you go alone. You're mine. And I won't let anyone touch you. The response sends shivers down your spine. You've trained him a little too well. As we walk in, we see Ryan sitting at one of the booths. His face twists from contempt to annoyance when he sees that Milo has entered with you. Strange, he's not in our group, is he? Milo and I are a package deal. Or are you jealous that you've suddenly become the third wheel? Ryan looks as if he wants to lunge at you, but Milo leans forward. He wraps his arms around you as if to warn him. Touch a single hair on her head and I'll snap your neck. Ryan hesitates and leans back down. Whatever, let's just hurry up and get this project finished. For the next couple of hours, you and Ryan planned out your project. The two of you ordered some food and drink, seemingly chatting nonchalantly about what to do. But underneath it all, it felt like you were pointing knives at each other's throats. Well, living under threat of violence was something to be angry about. Milo would watch silently as we talked with each other. His arms crossed, leaning back, glaring at Ryan. Like he would slam his head into the table at any moment. Scribbling down Ryan's ramblings, your spoon slipped and fell onto the ground. I got it. Milo leans down under the table to grab it, not before bumping his head against it a bit. He gently places the spoon onto your hand before glaring at Ryan. What are you looking at? This lovey-dovey crap makes me want to barf. His hands taps onto the table before looking at his phone. His eyes dart around for a second before standing. Oh, I got a jet. See you losers later. Grabbing his backpack, he leaves the two of you alone. Finally, you chug down the glass of water after he leaves and slam it on the table. Somehow it tastes bitter, like your disgust for him. He didn't even pay his portion of the bill, that lowlife. Don't worry, I'll make him pay. Though I might break some bones along the way. Forget it then. I need him alive so he doesn't make me do all the work. That's disappointing. Sighing, you fork over the money and you and Milo head back. Let's walk back to the dorms. I have to get some stuff before the next class. Milo nods and holds you as you walk. But as you walk, something doesn't feel right. You start to falter, your legs feeling weak and... My weakling! Everything goes dark. You wake up, staring at the ceiling of your dorm, laying on the bed. Milo seems to have been by your side, holding and stroking your hand gently. Please, please, my weakling. You can feel his warm hands shaking as you place your other hand on him. His eyes snapped open, and he happily holds your hand in it to his face. Thank God, thank God. Despite how gruff he acts normally, he is always soft for you. Oh, my weakling, what happened? You passed out suddenly after we left the cafe. And did I now? Oh, did I now? You recall Ryan tapping his fingers against the table. His eyes were darting at the glass. Oh, I see what happened. Ha ha ha, that snake really has it out for me, huh? What did he do? He clutches it onto your hand tighter, almost crushing it before loosening. Sorry, Don't worry, you'll be able to use that anger soon. It seems that Ryan must have drugged me. Ah, must have been the water. Dropping my spoon as the perfect opportunity for him to do so. How oddly clever for him. First he sends gang members after us, now he drugs you. He punches the bed and you can feel it creak in agony. Disgusting. He really doesn't know how to leave it alone, huh? Well, he should be given a taste of his own medicine. You tap your forehead as you think, ah, what would make Ryan suffer more? Drugging him back would be ample payback. You do have access to the chemistry lab, watching Ryan shudder as his body collapses on himself as you did to you would be entertaining. Or maybe he might have other secrets he's hiding. He might see it coming if we attempt to drag him back. Stalking him would be less obvious and it would send him a proper warning as to not mess with you. Choices, choices. Milo looks at you eagerly as you make your decision. The best way to get payback. Ooh. Okay, so we could drug him back, or we could stalk him. I mean, if we get away with drugging him, that would be better, but it would be probably killing him, the knowing how Milo is very, very overprotective. Would be to stalk him. We could do the stalking. He would catch us too easily. Stalking is the way to go. Stalking him. Oh, I understand. Like finding the best time to ambush. That's right, my weakling. Stalking has so many different applications. How useful. Won't it be fun to have a stakeout together? Together? He fidgets his hands in nervous happiness. How cute. Even with his more violent nature, he still maintained his romantic side. You walk around your dorm trying to look for what you might need for this endeavor. You think carefully about what you would need to stalk Ryan. Cameras, darker clothing. Well, we used to date, so I know his schedules. It should be easy. I see him tense up at this new information. What? Oh god, that's crazy. A mix of fear and jealousy cloud his eyes. Haha, what a cute reaction. My weakling, are you jealous? Afraid he might take me away from you? I would never let you escape me. You're mine, you know. Haha, it's just a jest, my weakling, as if I would ever go back to him. We were just toying with each other anyways, him more than me. It was all lies anyways, just something to kill time. But it was obvious that Milo wouldn't let this go easily. Why don't we focus on watching over Ryan first? Or would you rather stalk me instead? You said it as if it were a joke, but you watched as Milo's eyes widened. Cute. Ah, but we've had to be a bit more hidden, so I got these. You pulled out some matching hats that you had gotten. I think you would look good in them. Aha, this is... Do you not like my gift, Milo? He hugged it close to his chest, almost in a childish manner. No, this is mine now. Ah, how cute. He fidgets awkwardly, seeming a bit flustered that he had been complimented. From Woofed Puppy, it was very like him. He put it on afterwards. How does it look? How handsome. Ha. Huh. He's looking away, not sure what to say. Well then, let's get to work. It's the least he deserves for what he's pulled. For a while, we followed Ryan around secretly and with gentle steps. Enough that he would never know it was us. But obvious enough to know that someone was watching him. At first, it wasn't anything harmless, in fact. We watched him, but never did anything to him. But Milo got impatient. At first, it was just act of violence, breaking his windows, trashing his dorm. A little bit out of control, you thought. Next was the letters, sending him threats after threats. Cutting out words and letters, promised to tear off his head and his legs. Pictures of his friends, promising to gut them alive. You had almost felt bad for him, the way Milo tore into him. At some point, he couldn't leave his dorm room for a bit. Afraid that someone out there would kill him if he had stepped out. You could tell Milo was amused at this. Whatever sense of guilt he had was gone. After all, to him, Ryan deserved this more than anything. He had tried to hurt you, and it was a threat to his everything. It was enough to almost make you laugh. It became harder to meet Ryan in person to work on your project. Is something wrong, Ryan? I haven't been seeing you in class. At least it doesn't seem like you've been slacking on our project. This is too much. It's Milo, isn't it? Please, tell him to stop. I know what I did was wrong, but I don't want to live like this anymore. All these threats, he's breaking into my dorm. I'm not sure he would even listen to me anymore. He seems hell-bent on getting revenge. But this is what you wanted, right? Dang. Please, just make it stop. You ponder a bit, contemplating on shortening Ryan's suffering. Milo has been too rough lately, as much as I hate to admit it. I do need you to finish the project with me, so I'll convince him. You have my word. You can see him shaking, see his shaking stop. The relief in his eyes bringing back life. Really? Of course. Let's do well in this project together. It wasn't just Ryan that Milo watched. You had noticed that he could never tear his eyes off of you either. Ooh. It had almost scared you the first time you saw him standing outside your dorm in the middle of the night. His eyes never wavering, watching, observing. At some point, he had disappeared and started to come inside of your dorm at night. It was almost clumsy the way he tried to get into your dorm. You could hear him walk into your house, the footsteps soft but noticeable. He had even knocked over something like an awkward puppy. Every night he came in and watched you sleep. He held your hand sometimes, even climbed in bed to sleep next to you. He would simply chant your name like a mantra. Mystics, mixed. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a lot. An obsessive dog worshipping his master as he slept. Some nights he would simply sit there watching you, his eyes hungry as if he wanted to eat you alive. Soon after, you noticed that some of your clothes would go missing for days on end, only for them to be returned to you a couple days later. But there were some that you would never get back. How strange, I can't seem to find one of my sweaters. It's too bad, too. I had that one for a long time. Milo would tense up a bit every time you would mention something missing. It might just be lost forever. Sometimes it gets eaten in the laundry machine or something, right? A sweater eaten by the laundry machine, how silly. But it made you happy that his mind was so enraptured by you. You were certain he was about to become your perfect love. It took a while to convince Milo to cease his actions. Even when he promised to do so, you would see him go behind your back to continue. I see, Milo. You do want me to fail them. You want me to move schools so that we're forced to separate. Is that what you're telling me? Do you think you could leave so easily? I'd simply break your legs and keep you somewhere where no one could find you. Huh, how romantic. Couldn't you just hold on just a bit longer, my weakling? Then after, you lean towards his ear. You can cut my Achilles tendons and take me as you want. The idea left him breathless. He was smiling. Just keep him alive for me, right? Alright? Just enough to finish this project. Alright, I'll do it. I can't wait until you're completely mine. There is no going back now. And so with that, Ryan was saved for now. And you were his well-guarded treasure. Milo stopped his threats for now, but his frequency of breaking in would increase. Always contemplating if he should take you right now. As you slept peacefully, he always held your hand near his face. Sometimes you wondered if he was contemplating chopping it off, keeping it for himself. Not that you minded that. So desperate for your touch to drink up every second of being with you. Aha, you wanted more. More. And so for a while, nothing else out of the blue went on. It was always just you and Milo. And so he continued to come into your house, crying silently, watching you as you slept. Yet you could hear his breathing. He watched over you night after night. You could tell he really wanted to take you somewhere very far. To perhaps a basement or an attic, somewhere where you could never be found. But he was too unsure, too indecisive to do so. Despite what he had changed into, he was still your dog. He needed to be trained on what to do. Just one final push. He was walking with you across campus as usual, looking around, fidgeting a bit. Is there something on your mind, Milo? Milo stops for a moment and hesitates. You've really changed me for the better. Before I was such a weakling, pushed around constantly. But now, no one will dare do such a thing. He holds your hand tenderly, and now I'm happier than ever. It's all thanks to you. He leans his head against your shoulder. I could watch you forever. We're going to be together forever, right? You breathed out slowly as you heard his words. Ah, poor simple Milo. His fate was sealed for good. Just one more push. I wish that were true, Milo, that we could be together until our graves. But let's be honest here. My weakling, do you really think that will happen? Do you really think I would never break up with you? Milo? No. No! I won't let you. You're mine. My one and only girlfriend. After all those times I protected you, after all I've done, you're just going to throw me away like trash, like junk? You and I promised we would be together. If it's not with you, Haha. I would rather kill you myself. Ooh. I should have just taken you while you were asleep. Broken your legs and your arms. Make it so that you can't leave me, Milo. There's nothing left for me. I only exist for you, nobody else, only you. Without you, what's the point of living? Why should I even exist? Milo. Your own snap caused Milo to flinch. It was the first time you had ever raised your voice at him. I don't want to leave you. I want to be with you until death do us part. But time is not kind to us. We could drift apart or fight. No, we won't. Then what about those around us? Do you think they won't try to tear us apart? You leaned closer to him, next to his ear. My weakling, it's the world around us that wants to take us apart. They're always planning, scheming, watching us fall apart. Don't you see? There's no way to escape it. You lean back, closing your eyes as if contemplating. Well, maybe there is a way. Milo's eyes light up. He leans closer to you. What is it? Whatever it is, I refuse to let them take us. You cocked your head slightly. The final push. The only way for us to stay together forever is... Oh, to get rid of them, to protect me? Okay. This is blue, this is red, I don't know, this probably is better, and this is bad. I mean, it's been bad so far. If we go bad, like even more bad, it shouldn't be too much of a wrong choice, I'd say. We've already broken people's bones and stuff. So, to get rid of them. This world is a cruel place, isn't it, my weakling? All this rot that tries to tear us apart. Then, there's only one thing for you to do. Destroy them all. When they're all gone, then I will be yours. Ooh. And just like that, Milo's eyes had changed. You weren't sure, but it felt like a haunting red, ready to slaughter them all off. Milo, you understand what I mean, right? I'm sure if it ever comes to that, you'll know what to do. Ha, my weakling has always been so smart. That's why I will protect you from everyone in this world. Ah, if only to make sure you sleep well at night. I would snap every neck to make it so you sleep soundly through the night. You could help but smile happily at the results. You can't help but smile happily at the results. This next part will be fun. It had taken you a while to track him down properly, but there he was, in your line of sight. You walked up to him quietly. Ryan. He flinched at your voice and started to back away. What do you want from me? We're done. Done. You hear me? I've already sent transfers to another college, so... Ah, Ryan. What are you so afraid of? That Milo might come after you? His face was full of nothing but rage towards you. You were the one who forced me to bully him, to do all those things. What are you talking about, Ryan? I never said that. Or at least, you have no proof. Seriously, Mystics, haven't you done enough already? All this training for Milo? Blaming me for sending all of those goons after you, even though you were the one who did it yourself? What else of an insane person would do that? Then he breaks into my house, threatens me with letters and bricks. I could barely leave my door without fearing for my life. Just leave me alone. I did everything that you asked, right? He smiled slightly and he snapped at you. All of this, it's all your fault. Why those people died? Why am I still in this situation? I wish you would just die. Leave me alone. Please don't make yourself into such a saint. Weren't you the one who wanted to prank all of those people, even though you knew it was dangerous? And who was the one who shifted the blame to others so you wouldn't be jailed? Don't you think it's the least you could do after you cheated on me? Come on, just admit it. You were the one who resigned yourself to this punishment. You have no one to blame but yourself. You refused to break up with me? I didn't want to be with you anymore. He's hyperventilating from the stress. It was a joy to watch him struggle. Just like you were together with him, it was so entertaining watching him flounder about, watching him cry, watching him beg, forcing him to go through such lengths to get rid of you. When you got bored of him, you tricked him into cheating with someone. He was never your perfect love in the first place. Never would have been. The only way for failures like that is to crush them to dust. Fine, you win. He stops for a second, not believing what he heard. What? You're right, you did what I asked you. And I promised I would let you go. His eyes tell you he doesn't believe you. Ha, he knows you far too well. Well, after this one thing. I knew there was a catch. You pull out a USB and Ryan's eyes widen with fear. It is the last piece of evidence that proves that you were the one who killed those people. It would be a shame if it went into the wrong hands. Ryan lunged at you desperately, trying to grab the USB from your hands, but you dodged him. Ah, that's the spirit. Give it to me, give it to me! I will. Pry it from my hands, fight me if you have to. Take it from me, and it's all yours. Without another word, Ryan tackles you to the ground. He tries to swipe at the USB over and over again. You struggle to move with his weight on you. He took the USB with ease. Ha! Ha! Finally! Finally! Silence filled the air all of a sudden. Milo's hand gripped onto Ryan's face as he looked up, gripping tighter and tighter. Ryan's muffled panic, and then screams as you hear the sound of cracking. Muffled screaming, the frantic clawing of Milo's hands. You think to yourself that he will break his skull, but he suddenly lets go of him, causing Ryan to stumble backwards and fall, before Milo crushes the USB and his hand with it. Slowly he comes to you and hugs you. Oh, my weakling, did he hurt you? His words were kind, but his tone... It was as if he were going to crush you in anger as well. Don't worry, I will never let this happen again. I won't let those dirty monsters touch you. I will get rid of them all. I will protect you. His voice sounded as if he made an oath. I promise that he chained the two of you together. he lets go. And all you can see is the red in his eyes. You never saw Ryan again. They had found his body fallen at the end of a cliff. It seemed that he had went hiking with some of his friends that night and never came back. You remember that night that Milo wasn't there to watch you sleep. When you saw him the next day, the faint smell of metal came off of him. And slowly, just as it were, accidents became frequent around your college. Few people in your class that had accidentally stepped on your shoe were found dead in a car accident only weeks later. The professor that had given you a hard time and almost failed you was found at the wrong end of town with his body torn up and his bones broken. Anyone that crossed you would suddenly be dead only moments after. And at night, you would find Milo drenched in red, sitting, watching you, the blood on his face shining from the lights outside. These coincidences, these accidents, it became obvious that they were not anything but, and slowly the college became paranoid of who would be the next victim. The Blood Eye Killer, they called him, with etching of the eye drawn in red marker. The eyes that watch you every night, the eyes of the person who protected you. The police came together, questioning the students around them, desperate to find the killer. When they had questioned you, though, oh, it's quite frightening. I was working on a project with the first victim a while ago, though I did hear that he had pissed off a lot of people. I didn't think it would end up like this. Is there someone that I could find could be the killer? Why would I think of something like that? No one. Comes to mind that I can think of, really, there's nothing to worry about. Whatever left of the quiet, shy Milo was made into a killer to protect you. He would do anything to protect you, anything to make you safe. All those bodies were simply collateral. Disposable things to create the love you deserved. Truly, this was the perfect love you wanted all along. A perfect killer end. So that's one of the endings. Dang. Oh, dang. Alright, so there's 8 endings. You created a killer from your perfect love. Oh, wow. You have yet to be taken. He is not yet devoted to you. You have yet to be wedded by him. He has yet to heal you. He has yet to burn for you. He has yet to cook you the perfect meal. He has yet to perfect his craft. Dang. It's a lot of endings. I'm gonna be ending the stream here though. And I'll start the stream in like another 10-20 minutes. I'm gonna go eat something real quick. But hope you guys enjoyed. I think this one's called The Perfect Love. Yeah, Perfect Love. Hope you guys enjoyed Perfect Love. One of the endings. We may come back to this if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. But yeah, I'll be back in like 10-20 minutes. I'll see y'all then. And yeah, bye.